So when we start, suppose I think yesterday, as soon as I recorded, so we're going to start a chat lo watching recording. Sumbatete ini lo just for me want them catch up now what is na what them current session when we start on when we last couple uni when we start on na ya me want to follow up no what is last you like you're right with them everyone is catching up when them all issues but you look say session flow or class kaya and you know some monarawan when we get presentation and all this so we make them more learner center in the sense that if you like follow more learner guide or notes we start more make more notes watching more video we butum on sessions every day and that's supposed to get any questions you like ask them so me lego me open flow you like learn at your own pace. When I looking say the from time is running out, I look say every day ni sarang session. Session patete ni on patete yesterday no more. For example, yesterday session and on kasi tete so once when we on session patete ni sarang lo yesterday. Lo mi want to say like following me. From say otherwise tos mi start tracking. By latu bila start slacking me by mi gululum every activity we need to complete according to our plan by minutes of it accomplished. So that's why we want to follow up again with the this morning say how many like final more sessions say one more issues is it okay one now we want to follow up with the this morning.
Yes, no la all lena kay time la karem everyone be ngare mo li complain small no mo lol video ya lol video ano mo ating minusa bese ating oli si on man wali sa tok ating sa English lo kata ating oli inokliklia tu mas.
Yes, right. Every video is not
easy. Mas
yes. Me look ya say kasam
ko ya. Dating from some English ano mo.
Try come back again.
Même pamila mas no sem blasta control small video ya be all English no mo hawa all mana tingin sa lo small clip ya ring wala no understand him too much from English mo to sa English word use me tingi daluk sa ihat too much pamila mas listen le malila listen le baken lamas listen plante le no ting mulan understand him small.
Okay. Yes, me some say time put all video from maybe all English one. Misalnya saya like if I like complain or some issues so me try to susun sang no talk fast too much. Dengan sang me sang say by talk fast by like had no catch up with them one and all the time. By again by me have even had a complaint too. So that when we make a presentation, we have to say you go talk long time too much, so now me let also okay one we make them. So when we either make a more short video or we find a more video when we explain more short no more put so that's why we make any presentation no any session when we explain them lo piece lama then we lego lo hemi you know learn lo piece no lo place no hemi no maybe not have any any skills mainly knowledge of any survey how to deliver so you don't have any something where you must explain them to use by you must have ocean. I think the only thing is session plan. When you must develop session plan for you. But around the support and just start explaining. But otherwise, me kasi one we use after them constantly for like about videos. So you like say in paste make a presentation lo instead lo we give you more videos to even now. You're right, we will like reading more notes, we will like understanding and easy. Or not so easy or is it hard or not so stuck or no idea?
No, not you're right.
Okay.
You Not solely your right, kay mo kut mi ko baklo presentation no mo ating ba imo kut.
Okay. Okay, straight. Any nara issues on la session ni stop on na ya?
No, she said no, you're right. We will look from we will let problem lo internet. Umakim si Mila establish yet dol assignment ya wala assignment ya. From what English ya, pamila masih internet dot some word we mila no understand ni, pamila ka translate semua lale understand ni, lale mila sta work ko. So mila establish yet uti mola assessment untuk kelas 3 ya.
Okay. Ikat translation is kind of Franis. Role assessment possible ini. Ibla look mi butum lo mutu lo class 3. Possible ini tim translation ibla lete ni same pa mi seden translation of Franis kita.
Okay.
From some only complaints only finance translation in straight to mass, so they say mi hole bakal kata stop only suppose you request ka bade mi kirim lo you. Eka translation stop.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Ito straight. Any nara something? So ini na yung topato session ya. Atau bang bisa kam lo assessment ya later.
Okay.
So this is bisa kam lo end lo session lo class 4 ya now. Week ya next week halfway through next week we finish. We finish in class 4. So next week probably Wednesday Thursday and last chance for you me. But class 4 in finish ya kami butuh mat assessment. So you look minum butuh mat any assessment na ya yet. Lo class 4 ya from misalnya so you like still work lo nara assessment ya itu minum look pula pun na submitin itu wani kami. Tapi so minum wadan TV na ya from minum sebab minum na bagi more pressure level na so minum TV out yet. So next week when we give him assessment class 4. After we got 1 week break, well, so when we put on the schedule, we put 1 week break, when we break, you need reset ini from we got 1 start along unit, when we come along we make a packet, so the same when we make a presentation, from having more hands on. So any happen it. So that's why the last one, when we need him, you will follow you must come face to face when we got class. More if la santo, but we must make a presentation for you we post itu online, beli gelas kali boleh ini sometimes when we got Zoom too. Ini 1 week intensive training, lo kelas saya we maintain and enhance professional practice. So ini nanti last unit lo ini apa ini finish lo training is after 1 week break lo ini apa ini kat session lo kelas saya lo number 1 ini number 19 sampai number 23 September.
Okay.
Yes, so ini your training when then we finish na number 23 September you may finish so kapag looking so you got 1 week break after me got support lo pila 1 week support lo pila lo class 4 what them stand alone unit ya finish Mr. Carlos Santo lo 2 weeks. So 1 week lo support, 1 week lo final assessment to by line again presentation lo or training delivery lo and then memen your final assessment after when Mr. Kambak lo pila minut o kita lo pila. So ini schedule lo ini lo last part lo training so lo ini sub completing. Kaya pa anta po niya na banay ba yung nga to part on assessment. Instead so ini schedule lo you walk around lo finishing training lo yun.
Straight.
Okay, about all assessment, apa Mr. Mugi kono assessment? Assessment. By look Mr. Email ni pala about all assessment, some some markings for you know, talem lo suppose you know receiving any assessment lo cluster 1 or the cluster 2 will marking finish. And for send them to you let them miss happen. From my
mi receive me tuketa yet cluster 1 or the cluster 2.
Okay. So I mean want them something say who is no receiving plan here. So ito cluster 1 or the cluster 2. So that's only one them everyone will let me say who is not receiving which one assessment is really marking. From I think Mr. One email to say by me give him Tuesday next week. Academic board law school by me receiving all results law training law yeah semester. Yes, I think semester 1. So that's why by me want them say cluster 1 or the cluster 2 results when you present them no time yeah. At least all the time say yes you like to make a more work or assessment level and then your results then. So maybe give him you got some will receiving assessment where you mark finish, especially all Anglophone, you got full up all receiving finish and only again receipt. So if like I still got chance from them what receipt non assessment level, but make sure say you make a area to send them from by must pass on our assessment to when like marking team back blue receipts possibly blue receipt. So by that full up assessment blue you make him. So I mean next week when we present them all results, lo cluster 1 or the cluster 2. So if I let me say you must tell me say you know receive him result lo which one. Me no make which one assessment do you yet, me no receive him result him from say kapitula 2 ya. Tula me marking one francophone, one me make anglophone. So you let them last half so that we can sort that out. Is straight?
Straight.
Assessment. After cluster 3 assessment, no one update menu from full up only no submitting
Cluster 3. Only stawok lang ko all video ano mo memi se debe ser be no katno mo ha ni sa pamila sento so ano pati all video li long 1 2 mas mi game say
okay. Yes, all video yan ang milu kibila send to no receive mo na sa through email. If like sabi seven lo ko putung lo ano niya Google Drive. Google Drive after send them link ikam lo ni or somehow me start send them link na you watching presentation. Putung lo Google Drive lo Gmail, you lo Gmail, you got Google Drive. After you send them inside Google Drive you send them link ikam lo ni, and you have access them.
okay. Madam got one question maybe one question lo task 3 written question
Yes.
Task 3 written question lo question number 6 ya. Mila no clear to maslem. Sabi explain smolem.
Question number 6 yung dalawa na.
What Ameritin?
Everything. From in all anything no place ya watin.
Okay. Okay. What pathways can be used for claim for current competency?
What pathways?
What pathways? What pathways can be used for a claim for current competency.
Oh, all right. But what pathways can be used to claim for current competency?
Yes.
Eso me explain para kalian. When you sabe that way you got always where you sabe recognizing more competency of people. Like when someone comes to your training, he got some skills finished, some survey finished within him. So therefore you must recognize, you must be able, you as a trainer, you have to recognize the skills and the knowledge we already have. So one now, the question is asking to one, how can we save them with this? How can we recognize what they already have? One pathway is making no places. So with training, there is a pathway. There is a pathway for that. So the person one pathway, but you have to find out there is a pathway. How now you have recognize him or current competency plus somebody.
Okay.
You got him?
Yes,
Okay.
because I'm not from your pathway. I know what thing me think about clothing my way something we no good. When I'm be no. Understanding the no straight.
Okay. It's all to do with training. Everything to do with training.
Okay, straight.
Excellent, good question. Any other questions? One am
So one
so me one say one am on challenges no assessment lo class 3 from full up or able plus submit. Misalnya say you got full up evidence when me ask him you like submitting. You got some pathway, you should be able to submitting ini, seminar so come. So one am all challenge na ya with them assessment lo class 3. Maybe one of the hardest one from you got full up evidence, but because it's the most important part of training. We need to do with assessments.
No challenge. All challenge. I think me will no more. With them problem lo English ya de. Me will no. I think some what no more way the hard to mas no more na. Me kimi na sa take time lem lo. Go through lo internet. And man na sa take time lem.
Okay. Larissa, tem ane tipo Laura?
Oh, betul lah question.
Okay.
Also, from you been making all group work, all group work you been making, some say helping me with la plante. But then it comes to also small evidence, now some say all evidence when you start to talk about the cluster 3. So we have to attach, like for example, by the task 2 project, instructions part 1 development assessment tools and instruments instructions evidence learner to take when completed assessor only. So 8 says find out which assessment tasks or instruments are available and which must be developed. Evidence attach available assessment instruments if any. So we will find them out according law all units of competency, 3 units of competency where you work with them or one more.
Because you are developing from say, let me say me asking so you must develop them on assessment tools. For that, no, you got 2 units. So you are only working with 2 units. 2 units of competency that you are working with. One for the scenario.
RPR.
One for the scenario, and then one is your own one.
Okay. Pair work and
the pair activity is part of the scenario.
Okay, it's part of so and when I have only 2 no more.
It's only 2 units that you're working with.
Man, yeah. Okay, so
Yes.
after belum Mivla find out supposed to cattle assessment tools ya finish or not yet, but then because we also developed our own assessment tools, so does
Yeah.
that count or no?
Of course. Just that once you have that, if you already have your like assessment tools already available, where you support finish with them, the only thing is it has to go through moderation. That's all. Lo check and say you alright, and then they are helping you make an improvement lehem on
Now-
what you already have. Yes.
Nah, kampak lo moderationnya now. Moderationnya, pambai mimi make a moderation lo on work lo mi or mimi must give me collective money make it.
Somebody else by you must moderate it.
Okay.
Yes. Lo semi kat wanara few lehem.
Okay.
Mm.
Crystal clear. Any more? Anyone me like at so far. Some say we like make them sandal Sunday, but some say thank you. Because we make them group work, make them say some say he help me la plan there. From we kind of me la no stuck to mas online or kind of at least group work na me will I retreat plan the group work ya me will I look all one mas one example le na some say me will I say work iko mo be. Thank you to Masa. What me class 3 and 4 me start making my assessment tool yet. I'm nearly done, and then I will send you. So there's 11 parts. I've done about 5 already. Still 6 to go. Sorry, Miss.
Okay. I understand working and studying and everything after lot of assessment. Me sabe. Ikat tubula sta botem no. Yeah, botemi na ya. So there's every day me check lot tubula. If you are in Pima, you come. Because if you need support on anything, this too from molecular from internet issues and everything, and they need close support and monitoring. Means they are here with me in school, so that means every day I'm with them to provide them any catch up with them where are they and everything. So if you need to come around, you need catch up anything to do with improve activity, so yesterday we've been doing some things. So any room room 15, we're using that room. So you can always come around. Anytime if you have any challenge or issues with the one assessment especially. Because if you are not something that it may help you read. But then when it comes to actually having things done, skills like developing those things by challenge or some of those things. So maybe you need some support. So say now I'm here. Make sure say you know you need to make your time to come around. Let me know that you're coming, and I will make my time to be available for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I think I'm saying now Los Santo from by needing as much support as him. You will allow fila. So therefore by performance blockers supposed to up and running well there. For me understanding. Otherwise, yes, misalnya with cluster 3, a lot of you guys need to still submit your assessments to come in. When they only come in before I put in the other lot of assessments for cluster 4, yeah. So supposedly they come in by earliest next week, by we put from sometimes mid next week, I will be putting out cluster 4 assessments. So get them out of the way so that you have another lot coming, what they want visits people have long weekend. Mister?
One question.
Yes.
About workbook ya. Assessment workbook when you provide them lo moderator by you meet you submit mi kam or mi just lo moderator no mo you moderator we no need lo submit mi kam.
We have one unit of competency. Look, cluster 3 and design and develop assessment tools. So it's part of your assessment, you have to submit assessment. After it's been moderated, you make any change, then you submit, you send it out.
All assessment tool ya.
Yes, you send them all in. For RPL, what in your normal assessment tool. So you
Okay.
got to,
Guatemala. Guatemala pre-moderation form where moderator full mapa imi blatu submit imika.
everything is part of your assessment.
Okay.
Yeah, so you have two assessment tools to submit to me. Okay, one blow scenario yeah, or group law youth yeah, and then one for your own unit of competency. And then you have number 3, RPL tool, which is based on the scenario. So that means you have a total of 3 assessment tools to submit.
Okay.
But
Yes.
we have to another one, on group activity. The RPL is a group activity, and also the scenario one with Julia for the scenario is also done within the group. So in one group activity, the only one that you need to do by yourself is the one for your own unit of competency.
Okay.
Okay. So that within Kube, we should give you a whole idea of how you should design and develop your own assessment tool. Is that?
Okay. One question back in lo task 3 written question about activity part 2 activity 2. Lo mila write what name? 500 words. So what name? Bamla say write no Franis no mo you're right.
Yes, I right, Lafranis, and you're right.
Okay.
Yes. We will find people to mark your assessment, no worry.
Okay.
Yes, yes. It's okay. Language and you know one something. As long as you write in French or English and you're all right. Not Bislama.
Islama no mo you're right.
No, Bislama no can.
Okay.
Any other questions? Otherwise, we Mr. Finish here now. Any last question?
Wala. Cluster 1, ini kami cluster 1.
Yes.
Lo task assessment task 2 project ya. But you siapa you developing one scenario. After ini saya one pen scenario na bang work with them.
From Butumlo scenario, the scenario we are working on the same scenario when we part to assessment. Scenario flow your youth, yeah. That's the only scenario we have no assessment. So we are focusing on the same scenario. So mi ratem no mo se look at the scenario, we no ratem mo scenario no place ya. Mi sari ke lo scenario ya na lo one in ya. Something training for business ya.
Ready for
Ready for business training, yeah. That's the one. That's the scenario. So we are working on the scenario from cluster 1 into Kasem in block training. Yeah, we are focusing on the same scenario, no assessment. Straight.
straight.
Any other questions? Larissa, udah aneh, itu na right?
Itu boleh start discuss yet.
Straight. Cluster 1. Yes, cluster 1 ini na ating yesterday na mi send mo scenario mi from mira sabes en mi send mo finish or no ka. So mi send mo out from mi revise mi ngam amendment lo task 2 lo cluster 1 so that you are able to do it at submitting it. And then yesterday mi send mo out one email with them attachment lo cluster task 2 ya ikam. This is cluster 1 assessment. The cluster 2, anyone got issues with the cluster 2 assessment? Cluster 2, you're right. I think the only issue when looking so far no cluster 2 is learning program. I think the questions are okay. Learning program anyone we could not have problem with them, how we develop them learning program. Because learning program lo cluster 2 ya bahaya helping you plan de. Learning program lo bahaya helping you plan de lo game delivery you lo cluster 4 ya. So you know development good learning program to you lo cluster 2 by you know able to develop one session to you by inline from now when we make you lo cluster 4 lo session plan to you when you check them I can send learning program to you so him inline with them learning program to you or him no inline. So that's why you have to go ahead and fix your learning program. You must fix your learning program to you, which is your training delivery. So inside the learning program, yeah, you got one part where you can count the one whole section. Then you tell him say you plan him out delivery to you. So you some delivery plan to you, and we inside finish the learning program to you. So from your delivery plan, which is in your learning program, but you carry them out here, but you develop them all session to you. Session for you, but you deliver the cluster when I is online, which is the delivery of training, cluster 4 yeah. So when we check in, that way me carry assessment to you. When we check in, I can send learning program to you. Say when you develop me in line with the learning program to you or not. So that's why you have to fix your learning program. Make sure say all session where you start about there. For example, when we look some. The learning program mo libutum wala, oleh mo libutum like hours mo kita pick one to mas 10 hours. Session 1 10 hours. You cannot have a session for 10 hours. It may be just too broad, it may be too big, it may be not realistic. So you must pretend to come down. Make it I think 2 hours to 3 hours. 3 hours is the maximum. 1 hour is probably minimum. So 1 to 3 hours. For each session, you break them down the delivery plan for you, and then you just back detail and log lesson plan for you or session plan for you. Is that?
Straight.
Okay, if there's no more other questions by Mr. Close Lotete. I think when we sumpah again next week from when we put all assessments, when we go through all assessments, so they follow next week. Next week, Friday, same time. You're right?
You're right.
So when you put all
Thank you.
when you put all assessments properly, Wednesday, you will have access, you will look through, and then Friday, we go through all assessments. Yeah. All right, thank you, Thomas. See you all next week.
Thank you. Thank you. Nice week.
Nice weekend.
Weekend.